Today I'm making a very powerful cleansing herbal blend that's particularly helpful for the liver and colon. When you are experiencing any type of health challenge, it can be really important to cleanse the system in order to make sure that you can get a clearer picture of what's really going on. So this is a great one if you are just looking for something to cleanse the digestive system, or let's say you've got a doctor's appointment coming up. Doing this particular blend for 5 days in a row in the mornings and evenings, just sipping on 8 ounces in the morning and 8 ounces in the evening, will help you and your healthcare provider get a clearer picture of what's really going on.
For decades, I've been obsessed, not just with nature's extraordinary superpowers, but how they can be used to enhance virtually every aspect of your physical, mental, and emotional well-being. I've traveled the world learning about the histories and mysteries of rare plants, the sciences that are dedicated to understanding Mother Nature and what makes her tick, the unexplained phenomenon that can only be described as spiritual. And now, I've dedicated my work to sharing my most life-changing findings with you. I'm Dr. Leslie, and this is Herbal Living.
Today's preparation is considered a long infusion, short or long infusion. So that means that it takes a little bit longer than a regular herbal tea, and that's because we're going to be working with some herbs that are not leaves and flowering tops, but they're really woody, they're roots and barks. And so when we talk about getting the best out of nature, it's really important to know how to get the most out of the particular botanical that you're using and which preparation to use. In order to get the ingredients that I'm going to share with you today, I was able to visit one of my favorite herbal shops in downtown Salt Lake City, and that is Natural Law Apothecary. They have so many phenomenal herbs and a high quality, which is what I'm looking for when I'm doing a therapeutic or medicinal blend. And that makes all the difference. But not just that, they've got knowledgeable staff that can help you answer questions and make sure that you're really taking home the right thing. Today's cleansing preparation is phenomenal for eliminating parasites and worms, relieving constipation, aiding in the treatment of hemorrhoids, supporting weight loss, and just getting your system squeaky clean. It's particularly supportive to the liver and colon. The first all-star ingredient is yellow dock. Yellow dock is, like you can see here, it's really woody. It is actually a dried root, and the preparation here is minimal. It's just chopped and dried in order to preserve it. That said, you want to keep it stored in an airtight container away from heat and air. So yellow dock is classed as a bitter herb. Bitter herbs stimulate production of saliva, digestive enzymes, and bile in readiness to digest and absorb the food that we consume. They can improve the quality of stomach acid, making them really helpful in cases of indigestion and heartburn. Bile acids are a necessary part of the digestive process, and they're really helpful in breaking down fats in and around the liver. Yellow dock is also going to provide our preparation with a very gentle, natural laxative action. And that's really helpful in, supporting the digestive process, but also cleansing and clearing everything out properly. Yellow dock is also one of the best sources of plant-based iron. And not just any plant-based iron, but plant-based iron that is readily and easily absorbable. And that's because it concentrates iron from the earth and combines it with vitamins and minerals needed to absorb this really valuable mineral. It's also high in vitamin C. In order to get all of that broad spectrum of benefits out of yellow dock, though, you're gonna have to steep it for a little bit longer than you would a regular, say, chamomile tea or a tea that's just from flowering tops or leaves. Next up, we're gonna add a little pinch of burdock. Now these two roots actually look quite similar, which is why it's so important to label your herbs and store them properly. Now, burdock is phenomenal for the skin, liver, it's got antioxidant properties, and most importantly for this particular blend, it's great for the lymphatic system. Now, the lymphatic system is a very important part of the immune system and your body's internal drainage system. The lymphatic system works as a network of tubes and tunnels that carry fluid that have those all-important infection-fighting white blood cells. So they clean out any infections, very important part of the immune system. Anything you can do to support your lymphatic system is going to increase your overall wellness. And burdock is one of those rare, fantastic herbs that can help support the lymphatic system and also stimulate it. So you may experience an increase of lymphatic drainage, which is a good thing. It's a good sign. It means that our preparation is doing its job. And finally, we're gonna add, at the end of the long infusion, we're gonna strain that liquid and then add a little bit of ginger. And as you guys know, I love to boost the potency of all my preparations when I can with a little bit of essential oil. So I'm gonna be using a blend called Digest. And when you hear Digest, think digestion. It's a blend with several helpful herbs that have been used for hundreds of years to support a healthy digestive system. So first we're going to add a pinch of both of these dried roots into my tea bag. And then we're gonna go ahead and add 16 ounces of water and put all of that into the Dutch oven, because both burdock and yellow dock can also help cleanse and detoxify heavy metals found in the blood and in the body. We're gonna go ahead and avoid using my regular tea implements like my tea ball or my metal tea strainer. Instead, I'm gonna use this tea bag and add the herbs into that and then put that into my porcelain coated Dutch oven, starting it off all cold, bringing it up to a rolling boil, and then turning it down to a simmer. And we're gonna simmer this for a full 10 minutes, bringing out all the range of that full spectrum of minerals that are a little harder to draw out and take their time coming out. So you don't wanna rush this process. Now to finish this off, and there's the finished color. A nice golden honey sort of color. And speaking of honey, to finish this off, I've got a squeeze of honey right here in my spoon. And what I like to do is just put 1 to 2 drops, very light-handed, of the essential oil I'm gonna use, which is Digest, right on top of the honey, and then mix it together. So I'm gonna start off with 1 drop. Again, this is very potent stuff, so it doesn't take much. And mix it right in with my little toothpick. Mixing the essential oil with the honey first, so mixing your essential oil with the honey first prevents it from sitting on top of your tea or warm liquid. Otherwise, it can bead on the top and you get one big gulp of just essential oils, or you're drinking peppermint and you get that peppermint tingle that we all don't love. So mixing it into your honey first and then using that to mix into your tea is the way I like to go. Now, when we talk about the flavor of this particular preparation, it is potent medicine. So this is one that you don't want to chug. You also, because it's a long infusion, there will be a little silt or sediment that you can see on the bottom on occasion. This one, because of my mug, you can't really see it, but you don't want to throw that out. You want to stir gently before taking your sips, because those are the minerals and vitamins that we were talking about that you've drawn out of those herbs that are really going to be a full spectrum of well-being and wellness for your body. So you don't want to leave those behind or throw those out. Ready to get your hands on some of these amazing products? Use the